My name is Crystal Kitchings. I was sentenced to 9 to 18 years. My charge is manslaughter in the first degree.
My name's Simon Goris. My DIN number is 99R2459. I did 88 months inside.
My name is Byron Coleman. My charges were sale of a controlled substance.
My name is CHERYL Wilkins.
My name is Dwight Stevenson.
My name is Lorraine Patterson.
My name is Michelle Harrison, and I've actually been arrested 16 times.
My name is Taryn Tyler.
My name is Angela Ramos.
I served approximately 6 years.
Possession of a gun, possession of crack cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
My name is Vilma Ortiz Donovan. I did 18 months, relapsed, and went back and did the whole 3 years.
I was 18, going on 19 when I got locked up, and I was 33 when I came home.
The hardest thing about being inside is my family. I had to be away from my family, my kids.
Just basically getting by day to day was very hard. It was hard on me emotionally, not necessarily physically, but just emotionally, mentally, yeah.
Hardest part about being inside? Just knowing that I'm wasting my life.
Being forgot about. Sometimes you call and they're like, oh, I'm on my way to a party, or this one's getting married, or this one had a baby, we're going to see the baby and stuff like that.
Leaving the visiting room and the guards would strip search you. That really got to me.
The hardest part was loneliness. You know, sometimes you would send out 20 letters for the week, and you're expecting so many replies, and then when mail comes, you get one response back, and that response sometimes would be a return to sender. That was some hard and difficult things to deal with.
It's demoralizing. Every time the more you're there, the worse you feel. And every time you come back, you feel just that much worse.
It wasn't until the last year of my incarceration that I started envisioning positive things. The thought of being a social worker had crossed my mind also, but I really didn't know what that entailed.
My mom would always tell me, please promise me you're gonna change, and I'm like, I'm not making any promises. Because I even told her, I don't wanna go home, I'm scared. Not that I'm scared of the streets, or I'm scared of the hustle, I'm just scared that I'm gonna be those people that just keep going back in. Because I'm scared that I'm just gonna do exactly what I did before, because that's all I know.
First day of my release, I was scared. I didn't even come out of the house.
Oh my God, the first day. I mean, it's like you just being born again. I think that's the closest thing to birth, coming out of prison after you've been there for years.
They say nothing changes when you leave, but when you come back, everything's different. The streets are different, the buildings are different, people's style and dressing. I came home, I seen a girl walking around with an afro. I was like, I went back to the 70s.
And now there's Metro cards, and you gotta swipe this, and they have laptops and cell phones.
Everything is moving so fast. The people are moving fast.
We went inside Macy's, and we was going down the escalator, and my mother gets on the escalator, and I had a very difficult time getting on. I couldn't get on. And I'm standing there, and there's a crowd, piling up behind me, and they're like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he, mentally challenged? And I just, I've been away for so long, I was so scared and nervous, I didn't know what foot to put on the escalator to go down.
I know I had made a sincere change. I felt a change, but at the same time, you see a whole bunch of people who can make that transition in prison, and then when they make it out into the streets, it's like, they just forget about it, they just go crazy, and so that was my fear.
When I got released and I was trying to find a job, even through the internet and stuff like that, everything wanted some kind of degree.
At that time, I was working in fast food, and something just made me think this is like my reality forever, this felony, I can't do anything.
After a while, when you get the door slammed in your face, you're getting minimum wage money that doesn't cover, even enough for a room, then you start to figure that, you got to do what you do best, and that tends to take you back to, that negative behavior pattern.
The reality and the importance of having an education, especially coming out of prison, period, whether it's 1 year, 6 months, or whatever the case is, the reality of what life can possibly be like without one hit me. without it, chances for you in success doing legal work, like legitimate work, are slim, almost slim to none.
I kept toying with the idea of going back to school.
But I always knew I wanted to further my education. It was very hard. It was very scary. You know, I'm 45 years old.
People outside, they mean well. They think they have the facts, but they really don't know. So they'll say, yeah, you know you can't get financial aid if you got a criminal history.
I was under the impression that having a felony would keep me from getting financial aid.
Those are the myths that come along with college, like, you don't know how to use a computer. You might have a GED, so you don't have a 12th grade education.
They were saying, like, you know, if you did drugs, you're not going to be able to keep up. Nonsense, little nonsense meant to chip away at your ego.
Tell you a story about my first day of school at I go to Hunter College, and there was these women outside that was professional women, and they were talking about, I overheard one woman saying how tired she was of her job sending her to the Bahamas, and she just couldn't take it no more. And here I'm fresh out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So from the back, I'm totally intimidated.
First of all, I felt old. That was the first thing. I felt really old.
Here it is, these kids and myself. The math is very different. I'm used to sitting in chairs, but I'm not used to sitting in those classrooms.
But then it wasn't like that at all. It wasn't bad at all. Actually, I found myself, just getting in the groove and just talking to people about things.
When you look around, I look around the campus and stuff like that in the classrooms, age is not even a factor anymore where you want to go to school.
The professor gave out the curriculum and the things that we had to study. So we were going to talk about city systems, like juvenile justice and things that I'm familiar with. Foster care, I was working for a foster care agency. I gave my experiences and I got an A- in the class, so that was the end of my intimidation.
Once I started getting in the routine and I started saying, hey, I'm understanding this. Hey, I'm getting this. Hey, I'm kind of smart.
There's certain disciplines, there's certain ways you carry yourself in prison. When I packed up, I didn't just take like my books I'm taking home, my pictures and the letters. I took those positive disciplines with me. That's the same discipline you need to go home and do your homework and come back and the next day and start it all over again.
So now they come in, they ask me questions because I'm serious and they playing, Did you get that? What's the homework? Do you know the homework? Email, all of that. So it's cool. It's real cool.
Other students are asking me for help, and I'm like, hey, no problem, I'll help you. And then you make friends like that, And you make good, wholesome friends. Not drug-dealing friends, not drug addict friends, not I'm gonna pull a robbery with this friend. No, friends like, I'm gonna do my homework with this friend.
All I have to do is just think back to where I was, and if I could run around and exert the energy that I did to go get a hit, then I can read that book and I can stay up and do that homework. For rebuilding my life, I think it should be endless. I think I should have more energy, really.
I'm there and I see women with 3 children, newborn babies, 50-year-old women, guys that, have reading disorders, and they're hacking it in. They can hack it in, I don't have no excuses.
I like to say that college gave me, a however, because when you go in job interviews, they all usually ask you, I see that you have a felony. Yeah, I do. And however, I achieved my associate's degree and I achieved my bachelor's degree and I'm working on my master's.
It gives a person something to look away from, because my felony, because I know they're finding it. But I know you know that. So look over here, this is what I'm doing now.
When I first started working, people wouldn't even speak to me because it was like, you're nobody, you're nothing, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be working, you should be out selling drugs. To now, some of those same individuals have to report to me.
I actually go back into the same prison that I came from. Back then my name was Patterson, now today my name is Miss Patterson.
I'm actually graduating in May with my master's in urban affairs.
I'm gonna be a radiologic technologist, starting, and that pays.
Social work is my major.
A lot of us that come from prison. We get involved in social work because, for one, that's the most forgiving and redeeming field. Basically, that's where your past can become an asset.
I'm currently starting a program for ex-offenders who's coming home.
I was hired to work for the College Initiative in December of 2007. Now I get a chance too to help someone who, like me, you know, may think that they can't. And yes, you can.
My younger brother used to look up to me. He used to want to be just like me when I was in the street and I was doing wrong. He wanted to be just like me. Now he's graduating, he's going to college. He wants to be just like me now. It feels wonderful. It feels like you're actually cleaning your slate from all of the bad that you've done. You're doing some good.
I don't want to spend another day in prison, not another day. And I just want to live a normal, productive life. And the only way that I can do that is to do what I'm doing now.
I was walking around the campus and I was looking around like, wow, just less than a year ago, I was walking the yard of Elmira. And now I'm walking a campus.
Every time I say I'm in college, I have to smile because it's still, you know, a little unbelievable for me.
I remember when I was just like running the streets looking for hits, looking for crack. I was a crackhead. I was just running the streets looking for, I remember not caring about nothing else. I never, you know, I always wanted to. One day I said, one day I'm gonna put all this down and I'm gonna go to school, but I honestly didn't think it was gonna happen knowing me, you know? And here we go. I have a bachelor's degree, and I'm like I'm intensely proud of that bachelor's degree. I show it to anybody that comes to my house. Anybody eventually will work my way to my room and show you my bachelor's degree because I got it.
I'm just honored, man, to be able to, because I actually sat through a lot of these different tapes while I was in prison in transitional service classes and different substance abuse treatment classes, anger management classes. You watch the tape so much, you see them over and over, you actually feel like you know the person. So anybody that's watching this, and you may know me, whatever I've said that you're able to, you know, connect with and relate to, take it for what it's worth. Use it, run with it, you know, run with it, because there's opportunity out here. You just have to be hungry as hell to get it.
At the end of the meeting, anybody who wants to give a shout out on film, we're going to be set up right out there.
I just want to give a shout out to all you brothers, man, on the inside, man. I want to, you know, I wish y'all blessings and Godspeed. We out here fighting for you, you know. We're setting examples for you, and we need more soldiers out here. So come on home and do what you need to do.
For you brothers and sisters who are still incarcerated, I just want to, you know, say this, that prison does not define any of us.
You brothers and sisters that are inside right now, that, again, there's God and there's hope, and anything and everything is possible.
There's a lot of y'all incarcerated that are great leaders, and we need y'all out here in society. So what I need y'all to do while y'all incarcerated is continue to educate yourself so that when y'all come home, y'all can be part of the solution.
Read, study, write, speak. Go to these programs, facilitate, learn the skills, because these skills, especially with respect to HIV and AIDS, they're looking for people coming home who have the experiences that we have. We all got a story to give, but you got to do it while you're inside. Start while you're inside. Start learning, start networking when you're inside.
The writing programs, the mentoring programs, the theater programs, stay involved in all those programs, because when you get out here, they're all going to be working for you.
If you really want to come home and stay home, education is the key.
My message to the world is, if I could do it, so can you.
Yes, it's been many a times that I felt dumb. I can't do it, I'm too old. But with the right people and the right support behind you, anything is possible. If you see me walking around, you can ask me anything. You can, you know, I'll lend whatever hand that I possibly can. And there's many, many, many more that you probably haven't heard of that would do the same thing.
And there's so many programs out here that's willing to push you, to support you. Most of us are here giving back. I myself did 13 years, and we're all here. It's a struggle for all of us. We just want to see you come home and blossom and become who you felt that you could never be.
I encourage the brothers to do all they can to educate themselves while they're in, and take care of yourself. You know, I love you, and peace be unto you.